We just got our second real estate property turned over. In this video, I'll share with you the template that we go through when buying real estate, and I'll also share what this means for you if you're looking into buying your first property. We hired a stylist to help us furnish the unit. Stay until the end of the video for the reveal. So let's get to it. Hi guys, welcome to another video here at NoriegaRekos. So for those of you who don't know, I'm RA, and in this channel I share about food, tech, travel, and investments. If you're interested in any of those topics, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get updated every time we have a new video. In another video, I shared how we were able to pay off this particular home in 8 years. So we had a 10-year loan and we were able to pay it off 2 years in advance. So I'll link it in the description below if you're interested on how we were able to do it. But while we were still paying for this particular home in 2016, we were able to save up some money and we wanted to diversify and invest it in another asset. There are different investment opportunities available, and during one of the seminars that I attended, I learned about property investing and how it can give you consistent rental income. Having that rental income really appealed to me and my wife. So we started our journey looking for our second property that can generate income for us. So what were the things that we considered in our journey to purchase our second property? So we considered 3 things. First is the budget, second is the location, and third is the developer. So let's go through each one of them. First off, with the budget. So in everything that we do, we try to start off with a budget, especially in major purchases like this. Having a budget helps us narrow things down so that our decision-making process would be easier and more focused in terms of what we want to do. So for this particular investment, we're able to identify that our budget is around 20,000 to 25,000 pesos per month in terms of the monthly amortization. And the property should be about 2 to 3 million pesos. Remember, we were still paying for this particular home during that time. We were just on our 3rd year in terms of paying for this. And we were looking for a property that will allow us to pay for the down payment over a long period of time, maybe 2 to 3 years. So given our budget, we knew that we would be able to afford a studio unit. So what does this mean for you? Well, first you need to look at your finances and see what you can really afford. And it's not just about the first lump sum payment or the monthly down payment that you would be making towards the property. What you need to look at would be check out the monthly amortization that you will have to pay once you take out home loan. Why do I say that? Because the monthly down payment and the monthly amortization could be very different in terms of amount that you have to pay. Yes, it can be very different, especially if you're just going to pay 20% of the total amount of the property. So that means you will need to loan 80% of the total property cost. So for example, for this particular home, we were paying 50% more. Yes, 50% more for the monthly amortization versus the monthly down payment that we used to pay before we moved in. The worst thing that could happen is that you were able to pay for the down payment, but when it comes to the home loan amortization, you won't be able to afford it. And you'll be forced to sell that property, most likely at a loss versus the market price. And you don't have to actually guess. There are home loan calculators on the website of different banks, so you'd know how much you'd be paying in terms of amortization once you take out the home loan. Our next consideration was location. So we knew that we wanted to buy a property within a township. So what's a township? Townships are mixed-use developments that combine residential and business establishments so that you have everything that you need within the confines of the property development. The idea is you work, live, and play within the confines of the development. Some examples of townships are BGC, McKinley Hill, and Eastwood. With the worsening traffic pre-pandemic, it really made a lot of sense to live near where you work. And we knew a lot of people who actually moved closer to the place of our work so that they can just escape traffic and have a better quality of life. So those are the people that we wanted to target. We were also clear that we didn't want to get a standalone condominium because we felt that it's going to be harder to get renters compared to if the property is closer to the place of work of the renter. Going back to the seminar that I mentioned at the start of this video, in that particular seminar, I learned that Ayala was actually developing a new property in Quezon City, and they're dubbing it as the BGC of the North. So think about BGC 20 to 25 years ago. wouldn't you have wanted to invest in BGC then, so that you're already reaping the benefits of that investment today? So that was what intrigued us with the property. So we took a look at Vertis North and the model units available in the development. So what does this mean for you? This means that you need to be clear who your target audience is when you buy your next property. And there are a lot of people to target. So for example, you want people who normally travel, maybe a flight attendant who would want to be able to go home easily. So you can look at condominiums near the airport. Or if you're looking at college students, for example, so you can look at properties near universities. Or if you're targeting tourists, local or foreign, then you can look at properties near tourist spots. What's important is that you have a target audience in mind so that you can narrow down the location of the property that you will be looking at. Our third and last key consideration was a developer. So this particular home or townhouse was developed by Alveo, which is a development of Ayala Land. So we were actually leaning towards looking at properties developed by Ayala. For us, it's important that the developer has a long-standing track record of delivering their project. You wouldn't want to have been able to set the budget, find the right location, but in the end, the property that you bought wasn't built properly. So that's something that Ayala Land has been known for. And I'm not saying that other developers are not good, but it's just a matter of personal preference on our part. So other developers besides Ayala would be MegaWorld, DMCI, and Rockwell. So what does this mean for you? I suggest that you research about the developer of the property that you're looking at. Visit their properties, new and old. Check out the property management of the buildings that they own. Check if the property is being maintained properly. So that will give you a feel of what it would be like when you buy into that developer. You can also talk to your friends or family members who have had experience in staying in one of the properties of the developer. So you can get first-hand feedback on what's it like owning and staying in a property developed by that developer. So there you have it. So just 3 simple things that we considered. I know there are a lot more things to consider, but we wanted to be more focused. So if you have any more tips or ideas on what to consider in buying your property, comment them below and I'd love to hear them. So again, the 3 considerations that we had were budget, location, and developer. So if you learned something, please don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and family who may be looking at purchasing their own property investment. And as promised, we'll do the reveal of the final unit after being styled, and actually it's now ready for rent. If you have friends who are living in North EDSA and would want to check it out, please comment below and we can talk separately. And I'd like to thank Gary and Zari, who was our stylist for this particular unit. And I'll link their contact details in the description below so that you can contact them if you like what you see. Hopefully you do. So thank you for watching, and as promised, here's the video of our unit. Bye!